Hey guys, how's it going? So, I got a request from somebody who follows me on my YouTube channel, which you all should be following me on my YouTube channel. Why aren't you? You should be. But it was from Fresh as Flowers, and she said, "Hey, why don't you do a video or a couple of videos talking about top 10 terrible movies, things like that." She said, I believe she put it 10 of the worst movies I've ever had to sit through. So I'm gonna actually do, yeah, it's pretty close to that. It's 10 terrible movies to avoid. It's a terrible alliteration. Yeah. So this is like, I'm not doing this like these are all come from the 80s or the 70s or whatever. No, they just come from whenever the hell they come from. And I'm not doing this in any particular order. This is just, I just was like, okay, this will be the first one and the second one. None of these are worse than the other. They're all pretty equally bad. So, yeah, let's dive right in. The first one comes from 2015, and Shayla and I actually went and saw this movie in the, like, a dollar theater thing. I think it ended up costing us, like, $3 each. But, yeah, considering the movie, we got ripped off. So from 2015, it is called Jupiter Ascending, and this movie is stupid as shit. It really is. So it stars Mila Kunis and Channing Tatum and Sean Bean and Eddie Redmayne, who I don't really know who that is, but he's in it. What is this movie about? This movie is about Jupiter, not the planet. Well, yeah, I guess the planet. I don't really know. No, actually, Mila Kunis's character is named Jupiter, and she lives on Earth, but she's an alien, and she doesn't know it. Okay. And what's going on in the movie? Well, these aliens, they kind of control planets. Not like they get down there and they tell, okay, you're going to do this and you're going to do this and have all the people of your nation do that. No. They control planets in that they own them. How do they own them? They just say, hey, I like that planet over there, that blue one with the green shit on it. I'm buying it. That's it. Do they ask anybody that lives on there what they feel about it? No. No, they don't. They just buy planets and shit. Why? If I remember correctly, they were just like buying them just to basically strip mine them. Just kill all the living shit on the planet and then just take all the resources. Why? They evil? It sounds evil, but that's not the driving force behind it. They're just greedy. And that's kind of a dumb fucking reason to do shit, because they're already like the level of money that these aliens have, we don't have a number for it. So, what the hell is the difference? You know, why? I don't know. Okay, so Mila Kunis, like I said, is Jupiter, and she doesn't know that she's an alien, and nobody knows that these aliens exist. Why is it that they don't know that they exist, or whatever? They use kind of like a light bending technology, like the Predator from the Predator, but this shit's on a much grander scale. Yeah, because I think in the movie she was living in Chicago. I think it was. I know it was a major city, and I'm pretty sure it was Chicago. They send bad guys to try to get her because she's Mila Kunis. I don't know, but they do, and these aliens are literally blowing up everything around them. Buildings are getting torn down. They're getting shot with lasers and shit like that. Nobody sees this happening because they make it like invisible. What? How? What? It fucking like set off my bullshit meter right when I saw that. And that's not like that far into the movie. That happens fairly early on. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Channing Tatum is like the love interest and the main male hero protagonist, and he is I want to say werewolf, but he's not. But what they did is they took wolf or dog genes, and they spliced it with what is essentially a human, but from space, so an alien human. And they came up with Channing Tatum. He has these cute little pointy ears. He has elongated canines and funny canine. And that's what he does. He's like her protector. Why? I don't fucking know. Sean Bean is in it, and he is one of the same guys that Channing Tatum is. They're protectors. I think they're like police. I think that's what they are. I don't know. The movie is fucking retarded. And also, just to throw it in there, Mila Kunis, as she is like some alien heiress to owning Earth, she has the power to control bees. Why? In the movie, I believe Sean Bean tries to explain it as, well, they can understand when somebody is royalty. And I was just like, Sean, do you realize how fucking stupid that sentence is that you just blurted out? Why? Why would that fucking have anything to do with her controlling bees? I don't know. Sean Bean didn't write it, so I can't blame him for that. In fact, I'm not blaming any of the actors for this shit. I mean, the performances were ridiculous because the story is ridiculous. It was stupid as hell. So, but I'm not blaming the actors. I'm not going to do that. That is a good movie to avoid. Don't watch that one. It's bad. The next one that I want to talk about is The Avengers. Shut up. I'm not talking about The Avengers. I'm talking about 1998's The Avengers, starring Ralph Fiennes, Uma Thurman, Sean Connery, Eddie Izzard, Fiona Shaw, and Jim Broadbent. This movie is really stupid. And, okay, so Ralph Fiennes and Uma Thurman are the Avengers. What do? They're basically super spies. But she's not. She's actually... I don't know what she is. She's a scientist. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, right, I buy it. Ralph Fiennes is very much more like a James Bond kind of action hero. Don't think like Daniel Craig, because Daniel Craig is like the brutal, I'm going to break both your arms and fuck you in the ass with the broken arms. No, he's more the Connery, which is funny because Sean Connery is in this. But yeah, he was more the suave, debonair, the other one. The one from the 80s. The other Bond from the 80s. I can't remember his name right now, but I will at some point. He was the funny one. And actually, Ralph Fiennes is pretty funny. He's got a very dry British sense of humor. Anyways, what the hell is this movie? This movie is stupid. It's really fucking stupid. Sean Connery is the bad guy, and he plays... Okay, first off, what's going on here? He creates a weather machine. Right. He creates a weather machine. His name is Sir August de Winter. Fucking subtlety, huh? Okay, so they show you at one point his home, where he lives. He basically, Connery in the movie, he lives in Buckingham Palace. I'm not even joking. It's roughly Buckingham Palace. He has a whole room that is roughly probably 3 or 4 times the size of my entire house. One room that is just filled with, like, snow globes. And these aren't, like, shit that you get at, Disneyland or whatever. No, these are made out of 24 karat gold with crystal and diamond inlays and all this shit. I mean, one of these alone is going to cover you for rent for at least a year. Just one. He has thousands of these fucking things in one room. That is, again, massive. So, his plan is to kind of hold the world at ransom. That's kind of what he's going for. He's going to hold the world for ransom. he's going to use a weather machine to do it. So he's threatening all the world's leaders. Hey, if you don't do what I say, if you don't give me what I want, I'm gonna fucking drop a tornado on your city, or what, or earthquake, or what, literally anything. I mean, it could be anything: hurricane, tornado, earthquake, mudslide. I don't give a shit. Whatever it is, he can do it because magic. I don't know, but this is the thing that really, really hammers home how fucking stupid this movie is. Why? Why is he doing this? For money. That's it. That is literally it. The whole reason that this multi-billionaire is doing this is for money. I believe in the movie he says, I'm going to hold the world for ransom for $100 billion. And I was looking at that and I was like, don't you already have that? Your home is fucking insane, dude. What the hell do you need more money for? Are you trying to buy a continent? What the fuck, dude? Don't watch this movie. It's stupid. The jokes are stupid. The action. Stupid. There's CGI in it. It's stupid. They make CGI killer robot bees or hornets that Eddie Izzard, who never speaks a fucking word in this movie, he literally doesn't speak. How can you have Eddie Izzard in a movie and he doesn't talk? That's just shameful. But yeah, it all comes down to money, and this movie is garbage. So yeah, avoid it. Really avoid it. The next one up, this one comes from 2001. Now this one I very blissfully have forgotten just about all of what it was about, which is really a good thing. I saw this one in the theater too. This is called Tomcats. This movie has Jerry O'Connell in it, and Jake Busey, and Shannon Elizabeth. I'm perfectly fine with all those actors. I like all those actors. I really like Jerry O'Connell. He was, what was his name? Quinn from Sliders? I loved that. That was a great show. And he was great at what he did. At sliding. He was great. I love Jerry O'Connell because he has such a likable personality. Pretty much with every character that he plays. He's very likable. Not even that likable personality can save this movie. All I know is that there was supposed to be a bet made in the movie, and it's between a bunch of friends, and it's like who can go the longest without getting married, and whoever does wins a bunch of money. Why? Why? Just don't ever get married, then you win, right? I mean, that's just... The thing that sticks out to me about this movie, there's one scene. I believe that Jake Busey's character had testicular cancer in the movie. Obviously, said his character in the movie, yes. He had testicular cancer. He goes to a doctor, and they actually remove the cancerous testicle. They do. They take it out, and boom, world saved. Well, at least Jake Busey's world is saved. He no longer has cancer. He's perfectly fine. He can go on doing whatever he does, which is basically boning hot chicks. I don't think he ever fucks Shannon Elizabeth in this, but he wants to. I think she's a cop in it. I can't even remember. I don't give a shit. But back to what I was saying. So he and Jerry O'Connell go to some very kind of snooty luncheon. I don't know. And he brings the cancerous ball with him because the doctors let him keep it. And I thought right there, I was like, A, why would they let you keep it? B, why would you want to keep it? Okay. But, yeah, they go to this luncheon, and somehow something happens where it gets knocked. He's holding it, like, I don't know, stupidly. Gets knocked out of his hand or something like that. And it ends up on somebody's plate. And they eat it. And I was watching this, and I remember when I watched this. Now, like I said, this movie came out in '01, so this is 14 years ago. No, sorry, 15 years ago now. But I remember watching it at the time, and I thought to myself in the theater, this is going to be a dream sequence, because this is too preposterous and disgusting and stupid for it to be actually happening. Nope. That's actually a scene in the movie, and it's not a dream sequence. Don't watch that movie. It's stupid. It's really stupid. Moving on, because now my brain hurts just thinking about that shit. This one's from '08. This one, wow. Yeah. It's called The Happening. Probably all of you have seen it. I don't know. I'm sure you have. And if you haven't, actually, I mean, I'm naming this 10 terrible movies to avoid, but you should see this just so you can share in the rest of us, our misery. So, Mark Wahlberg, Zooey Deschanel, John Leguizamo, and some very cute little girl that plays his daughter in the movie. They're the heroes, kind of. Leguizamo dies pretty early in because, yeah, let's get rid of all the brown people. This is by M. Night Shyamalan, too. So, I mean, it's like, dude, aren't you, like, East Indian? Why do you want to kill all the brown people first? I don't get it. Whatever. What is this movie? What happens? Mark Wahlberg is a teacher, I don't know, maybe high school? Probably high school. It looked like high school. Zooey Deschanel is his girlfriend who... I don't know what the fuck she does. She just kind of sits there with her eyes open as wide as humanly possible, not saying a fucking word, looking retarded right at you. That's it. That's what she does. Trees are killing people. First off, you have to ask yourself, I'm sorry, what did you say, Chris? Yes, trees are killing people. How? I don't know. They explain it. They try to, at least. The trees are tired of humans fucking up the earth. I don't know, probably. I think that's what the point was that they're tired of humans fucking up the earth. And they go on a murder spree. How do they kill people when trees can't move? Okay. Well, they kind of release some kind of undetectable pheromone scent, something, into the air that inhibits human fight or flight mechanism that we have in our brains. We all have a fight or flight mechanism. All animals do. So when you get backed into a corner or something is threatening you, you either fight or you run. That's how animals, like humans, work. They get rid of that. And somehow it also kind of, I guess it inhibits our pain sensors? I don't know, because people just start doing the dumbest shit possible to get themselves killed in a zombie-like trance. People are literally doing what they can to kill themselves. One person just takes out a gun, it's a cop, and blows his brains out. Why? He's in a fucking trance, and he just blows his brains out. Everybody else is standing around, and they don't move, they don't react, nothing, and then one of them walks over and picks up the gun and boom, blows their brains out, and then drops, and then another one, so on and so forth. What the fuck? How in the hell can a fucking tree, develop something like that overnight? Do trees have feelings? I know they're alive. I'm not saying that they're not living things. Yes, they are. But you see, the difference between, you can't see her there, but she's a good, you know what, I'm getting her. Come here, fat stuff. Okay. There's a difference between Shizuka and I and a tree. Now, the three of us are all alive. However, my little baby girl here, she and I share something in common. that a tree doesn't have, which, aside from us being mammals and we can walk and whatever, we have brains. Trees do not have brains. Therefore, are they capable of feelings? Because, see, she can have feelings because she registers information and either gets scared or angry or happy or sad or mopey or whatever. But she registers information around her and then reacts to it. That's what I do. That's what you do. That's what everything that's alive that's not a fucking plant does. But can plants do that? I don't know. But I don't believe that they have brains, because I'm sure plenty of people have dissected trees, and I don't remember ever reading somebody coming out with the tree brain. Also, there is a very minor subplot. Oh, there you go, boo-boo. There's a very minor subplot that at some point in the movie, all of the world's bees disappear. They're just gone. Why? Where did they go? Does it ever get resolved? No. It literally never gets resolved. Mark Wahlberg's character brings it up in his class, in his high school class. He says to the students, hey, did anybody else notice that tens of millions of bees don't exist anymore? They're just gone? And the students are like, well, maybe they all left. And it's like, well, wouldn't there be a trail of where they are? Probably would. Yes, that's a good point, Mark. Maybe they just died off. Well, we'd find the bodies, wouldn't we? Again! Bravo, Mark, you're right. What's the end result? There is none. You never know what happens to the bees. Do you give a shit? No. Because trees are murdering people because apparently they're assholes. Don't see this movie. No, actually, see this movie and then hate it and then don't ever watch it again because it's really fucking stupid. Okay, and the last one for part one of this little series that I'm doing. This is a hell of a movie with a hell of a cast. This came out in 2012. I'm sure some of you have heard of it. Not that many of you have seen it. And in fact, I hadn't seen it until kind of recently over at Bruno and Mia's place. It's called Food Fight. Food Fight, yes. This is a movie it's a CGI movie, and it's horrible because this came out in 2012, and the CGI graphics, they literally look like they came out in fucking 1998, 1999. They're that bad. It's that bad. Now, I can understand why the CGI might be that bad. It's because they had, there was a big crazy thing that happened where somebody stole the script of the movie, I think, and all the unfinished product, and they just stole it. And the company that was making the film, they had spent somewhere around $125 million at that point in time, I believe, to make the movie. How could they spend that much money, on this movie? Because of the cast. The cast in this is insane. I'm going to go through and give you the cast list. And these are the main characters, the characters that you'll either recognize by their voices or just, well, you'll recognize by their voices. Okay, the main character is played by Charlie Sheen. Then you've got Chris Kattan, Christine Baranski, Christopher Lloyd, Cloris Leachman. I'm going in alphabetical order here. Ed Asner, Eva Longoria, Harvey Fierstein, Haley Duff, Hilary Duff, Jerry Stiller, Larry Miller, which is funny because that rhymes, Lawrence Kasanoff, and fucking Wayne Brady. What? And this movie is shit. I mean, I loved it. I loved watching it because it is so bad. The story is horrendous. The voice acting is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. The CGI itself is abysmal. I think that's all I really need for something to be a horrible, horrible movie. But you should see this one. Again, this is one thing that I'm saying you should see it once, just so you never have to see it again. It's so bad. Charlie Sheen, as I said, is the main character. He plays Dex, dog detective. What is Food Fight about? It's about, well, they call them Ikes. They're icons for food products. He is Dex Dog Detective, which is it's a made up cereal where it's a detective dog, and he does dog detective shit. I don't know. He's a good guy. Eva Longoria plays one of the main bad guys, if not the main bad guy. And I believe Larry Miller plays one of the bad guys too. And they just kind of, they're trying to take over a supermarket. See, all of these Ikes, during the day, like regular normal day, you don't see them doing anything because you can't. But when the lights go off at the supermarket, then all this shit comes to life. And these icons, Ikes, run around and do stupid shit with each other. And Eva Longoria and Larry Miller are trying to take over the supermarket by wiping out all the other brand name products and replacing them with, I believe they're just called Brand X. Why? I don't know. It's terrible. You should watch it, though. You really should watch it. It's worth it. It's worth it to see it one time and then never again. That's it. Yeah, it's actually, I think it's easier now to get a hold of like a copy of that than it was a few years ago. But yeah, that's you know, we're gonna end it there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, I'm not doing this in a particular order. I just kind of randomized it all. But these are 5 of the 10 movies that I think you should avoid, or at the very least, watch them once and then never again. So stay tuned for part 2. It will be coming soon. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.